You have probably heard about the Marcus Aurelius morning routine. It is the one about waking up early, journaling, and facing the day with a vague sense of purpose. It is a nice, comfortable story, packaged and sold in 1,000 different videos. But what if I told you that is not even half of it? What if the comfortable version is dangerously incomplete? What if the most crucial parts of his routine, the real mental and physical exercises he used to command an empire, endure plagues, and face down betrayal, have been stripped away? What if everything you have learned is just the surface, a shallow reflection of a deep, rigorous system for building an unbreakable mind? Modern routines prepare you for work. True Stoic routine prepares you for life. So, we are going beyond the basics. We are reconstructing the sequence, the advanced system that forged the last great emperor of Rome. This is the Marcus Aurelius morning routine they will not teach you. 1. The incomplete picture. Why your morning routine is failing you. You know what you are supposed to do. You have got the list. You have read the books. You set your alarm for 5 a.m. Your journey is ready, and you tell yourself, today is the day it all changes. Then the alarm screams. It feels less like an invitation, more like an accusation. You hit snooze. Once, maybe twice. The weight of the day presses down on you before your feet even touch the floor. You might force a cold shower or scribble down a few things you are grateful for, but you are just going through the motions. You might be productive, but you feel brittle. The first unexpected email, the first frustrating meeting, and that fragile discipline just shatters. Why does this keep happening? Because modern takes on Stoicism have sold us a product, not a practice. They have given us a checklist of habits without the philosophy that gives them power. Waking up early is useless if you do not know why you are rising. Journaling is a waste of ink if you do not know what you are fortifying your mind against. Around the year 170 CE, Marcus Aurelius was not waking up in a comfortable home. He was in a military tent on the frozen banks of the Danube, managing an empire at war and riddled with plague. His routine was not about optimizing productivity or crushing goals. It was about survival. It was about forging a mind that could not be broken by chaos and a soul that could find stillness in the heart of a storm. The routine you have been taught is a paper shield. It looks good, but it falls apart under real pressure. The routine Marcus Aurelius actually practiced was a forge. It was designed to systematically burn away weakness, anxiety, and fear, leaving a core of pure resilience. We can understand this process as a sequence, a three-phase approach to building the inner citadel, brick by painful brick, and it begins not with an action, but with a specific internal battle. Phase 1, mental priming, the inner citadel. The first phase of an authentic Stoic morning is the most important, and it happens entirely in your mind before you even make your bed. This is where you build the fortress. Practice 1, the reluctant rising, and the human mandate. The popular advice is to just wake up early. The advanced practice is to confront your own desire to stay in bed and defeat it with reason. Marcus Aurelius struggled with this. He says so himself in Meditations. In the morning, when you rise unwillingly, he wrote, let this thought be present. I am rising to the work of a human being. This is not about willpower. It is a dialogue. You have to give a voice to that part of you that wants comfort, that says, but it is warmer here. And then you must answer it with your higher self. Do you exist then to take pleasure, and not at all for action or exertion? Remind yourself that every other part of nature is doing its job. The plants, the birds, the spiders, and you have a job to do too. Not your job title, but your job as a rational, social being. To rise is to answer that calling. To stay in bed is to betray your own nature. Making your bed might be the first physical act, but the real first step is winning this internal argument. It is the first victory of reason over impulse, and it sets the tone for the entire day. Practice 2, the fortress of attention, prosotke. Before you reach for your phone, before the world's noise can invade your mind, you must secure the gates. The Stoics had a word for this, prosoke. It means continuous, vigilant attention to yourself, monitoring your own thoughts and emotions right here, in the present moment. This is not passive meditation, it is active awareness. For 5 or 10 minutes, just sit in silence. Do not try to empty your mind. Instead, watch it. Observe your thoughts as they come and go. Anxious thoughts about the day, lingering frustrations from yesterday, pointless daydreams. See them not as you, but as mere impressions. The goal here is to achieve a state of apatheia, not apathy, but a calm equanimity, free from the disturbance of unhealthy passions. See each thought like a leaf floating down a river. You can acknowledge it. Anxiety about that meeting. You do not have to follow it downstream. You are the observer on the riverbank, not the leaf in the current. This practice trains you to stop identifying with fleeting thoughts, building a space between stimulus and response. That space is your inner citadel. Practice 3, the strategic rehearsal, premeditatio malorum. Now we get to journaling, but this is not the gentle gratitude list you might be used to. This is a strategic war game on paper. It is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Seneca advised us to think ahead and consider every possibility, not just what usually happens. The blow, he said, is gentler when it has been anticipated. This is not pessimism, it is a dress rehearsal for adversity. Marcus Aurelius began his day by preparing to meet meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly people. He did not do this to become cynical, but so their behavior would never take him by surprise. So take your journal and ask 3 specific questions. 1. What challenges am I likely to face today? A tough conversation, a tedious task, a personal temptation. Be specific. 2. How can I meet these challenges with virtue? How can I respond with patience, courage, or wisdom? What would the best version of myself do? Visualize yourself handling it with grace. 3. What is actually in my control, and what is not? The outcome is not in your control. The weather is not. Another person's reaction is not. Your effort, your judgment, and your response are. By rehearsing failure, you strip it of its power to shock you. You create character-based contingency plans. You transform your journal from a diary of feelings into a playbook for resilience. Next, we move into the second phase, where we temper the body to fortify the mind. This is where the mental training we have just done gets put to a physical test. If this authentic approach to Stoicism is resonating with you, take a moment to subscribe and click the bell. We are dedicated to exploring the real, actionable philosophy that forges character. Three, Phase 2 Physical Ascesis, Forging the Body. A fortress is useless if its walls are weak. The Stoics knew the mind and body are a single unit. The philosopher's body, wrote Musonius Rufus, must be prepared for work, because virtue often uses it as a necessary tool. This phase is called ascesis, a Greek word for rigorous training and discipline. It is about voluntary, intentional hardship. Practice 4, the cold embrace and voluntary discomfort, the cold shower. It has become a modern cliché, but for the Stoics, it was not about a jolt of energy. It was a calculated exercise in building resilience. As Epictetus said, you should practice in little things, so you are prepared for the big things. The advanced version is not about gritting your teeth and just enduring it. It is about transforming the experience with your mind. As the cold hits you, do not resist. Do not tense up. Read steadily. And instead of thinking, this is awful, I hate this, tell yourself, this is just a strong sensation. My judgment that it is bad is an impression. I can accept this without being disturbed. Seneca would periodically live on simple food and wear rough clothes, asking himself, is this the condition that I feared? You can do this too. It is not self-punishment. It is controlled exposure to discomfort, to expand your tolerance for the involuntary discomforts life will throw at you. Strengthens the mind just as labor strengthens the body, teaching you that you can withstand far more than you think. Practice 5, the contemplative walk and the view from above. After the internal work and voluntary hardship, the Stoics would engage with the world through movement. Seneca was a huge advocate for walking, not just as exercise, but as a philosophical practice. If you can, take a walk outside. But this is not a time to listen to a podcast or zone out. This is a walk to practice prosoge, in motion. Pay attention to the world. Notice the impermanence of nature, the clouds moving, the leaves falling. This reinforces the Stoic theme of constant change. Now, engage in the practice Marcus Aurelius used, the view from above. As you walk, imagine your perspective pulling back. See yourself on your street, then pull back further to see your city, your country. See the entire planet, a tiny marble in the blackness of space. Pull back further past the stars, into the vast, silent cosmos. From this vantage point, how big are your problems? How significant is that email that made you so anxious? This cosmic perspective shrinks your ego and puts your struggles in context. It does not make them disappear, but it puts them in their proper place. Section 4, Phase 3, Intentional Projection, Directing the Day. The final phase ties everything together and projects it into the day ahead. You have fortified your mind and tempered your body. Now you must direct your will. Practice 6, The Mirror of Mortality, Memento Mori. This is maybe the most powerful and misunderstood Stoic practice. Esperist, Memento Mori, remember you must die. This is not meant to be morbid. It is meant to be clarifying. The thought of our own mortality is a tool to create priority and meaning. Here is the practice. Stand in front of a mirror. Look yourself in the eyes and confront the truth. Do not just think it, say it out loud. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This is a direct quote from Marcus Aurelius. It was a Roman custom for a slave to stand behind a victorious general in his parade, whispering memento mori to keep his ego in check. This exercise does the same for you. It is the ultimate antidote to procrastination and wasting time on things that do not matter. Knowing you will die clarifies what is important. It forces you to ask, am I living with virtue right now? Am I spending my limited time on what truly matters? The practice is not about dying. It is about making sure you truly live before you do. Practice 7, The Final Affirmation, Amor Fati, and the Dichotomy of Control. This is the capstone of the routine. It is where you synthesize everything. Having rehearsed potential evils and remembered your mortality, you now make a final powerful commitment to love whatever fate brings. This is Amor Fati. The Stoics taught that we should not just bear what happens, we should love it. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, a blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Obstacles are not in your way. They are the way. They are fuel. The final action is to speak this commitment aloud, grounded in the dichotomy of control. Say, today, I will focus only on what I can control. My thoughts, my judgments, and my actions. Everything else, I will accept as it comes. I will wish for things to happen as they do, not as I wish them to, and in doing so, I will find peace. This is not passive resignation. It is the ultimate expression of power, the power to transform any obstacle into an opportunity for virtue and to remain undefeated by circumstance. Conclusion: the routine is now complete. First, you build the mental fortress. Second, you temper the physical fortress. Finally, you stand on the ramparts of that fortress, ready to meet the day, accepting your mortality, and committed to loving whatever comes. This is not a simple checklist. It is an integrated system for building discipline that can withstand the chaos of the real world. It is not easy, it is not comfortable, but it is effective. This is the work. This is what it takes to build a mind that cannot be broken. You do not have to do all of this tomorrow. The Stoics were pragmatists. Start with one. Start with that internal dialogue when your alarm goes off. Or try the premeditatio malorum in your journal for just 5 minutes. Choose one and do it consistently. Because discipline is not about having a perfect morning. It is about the relentless, daily practice of forging your own character. It is about rising each day to do the work of a human being. Which of these practices resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you found value in this approach to Stoic philosophy, please like this video and subscribe for more. And remember, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength,